Well, good morning and welcome back to our final fabulous segment here on CityLine. Let me tell you, I have a trinity of powerhouse women in the studio on the comfy couch. Let's get to it. Buckle up, buttercups. All right, Farron Johnson, how are you?
I'm doing so well.
Farron Johnson, you are the Director of Strategy and Partnership for Schools Out Washington. Were you in this position when you were here last time?
I was not. I was with Greentright, which,
were.
you know, it was Pierce County intermediary work,
Yes.
right? I'm now in statewide intermediary work.
So are you down in Olympia?
So I do some visits down there quite often, particularly during legislative session.
Oh, I bet.
And so some of that policy and advocacy work, I am now in that flow of the work, but still ecosystem of youth development, still centering around powerhouse young
Yes.
people, and then equipping those who serve young people as well.
I
so
love that.
Kind of Schools Out Washington, you know, our role is to ensure equitable access for expanded learning to young people across the state, but we have a very strong equity focus on Black youth, Indigenous
Absolutely.
youth, Latina youth,
Yes.
youth in poverty.
As it should be.
And so we do that through advocacy, we do it through professional learning, and we do it through re-granting to providers.
And you are a magnet for brilliant children because look at these shoes. Put your foot up there for a second. Let's see if we can get shoe cam on the camera. Oh, there it is. Oh, wait,
We don't want to look at that part.
Those are some serious, taking names and doing business shoes. You brought with you these two beauties over here, and I got to say, I am a mother of a 31-year-old daughter. I have met Farron's daughters, and they are, whoa! You two are the same way. Rhea Richardson. You are with Seeds of Peace Projects. You are a core team lead and a rising sophomore at SOTA. Wow, and look at that million-watt smile. Welcome to CityLine, my dear.
Thank you.
And this beauty next to you is Tina Tran. Tina, you are also with Seeds of Peace Project. You are the outreach coordinator, which I can't wait to hear about this. And you are a rising junior at University of Washington, Seattle. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so tell me, what is a rising sophomore and a rising junior doing in this program? You go first, Rhea.
So we do a lot of youth advocacy work. So like people who are our age, we engage with younger youth as well. Like me and Tina are both working in the Tacoma Housing Authority summer programming. Wow. And so we've been working with really, really little kids and engaging with them and getting to learn what games they like and what's going on in their community and how we can best support them.
So this is the deal about what you just said. You said it so eloquently and so poised and so beautifully. And then in between, I'm reading that when you're playing with these children, they're telling you about their home life. They're telling you about what they want for their birthday. You are receiving very sacred information. And so that information you keep inside of yourself, and it goes toward making their support group and their world a better place. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Okay, now I'm onto it. But Tina, tell us, what do you do with outreach? Because you don't do what Rhea does. You do something different, but under the housing authorities guise.
Right, so my role as an outreach coordinator, I had the privilege to work with THA and Greentright.
Yes.
The past few months to coordinate the summer enrichment this 5 weeks.
Yes.
We're in the second week of program, which is crazy because it feels so quick.
Yeah.
And similar to Rhea, right? It's all about the presence.
Yes.
And what I see with that, I was smiling. I couldn't help but smile when you mentioned the sacred information.
It's sacred.
Which is so true.
It is.
There's so much information that you wouldn't expect an 8 or 9-year-old to share.
Oh, yeah.
And so much vulnerability that comes with it.
Yes.
And even me as a site lead, right? I'm a site lead at the summer enrichment. And when you see the bright faces come early in the morning before program even starts, right? I think that's what it's all about. Like building that support group. I think in my classes and learning about children development, a common theme is every child needs at least one caring and supportive adult in their life. Right?
boy,
It's such a
echo
protective
that.
factor. And I think with extended learning opportunities like the summer enrichment, right, working within the ground up, working with the THA who knows their tenants, working with the
Yes.
families, working with the children. What do you want to do? You want to do cooking? Do you want to do arts or anything really, right? Just working where the kids are. What do they need?
Yeah, meeting them where they are.
Exactly, right? That's such a common phrase.
How many
but-
times do they ask to braid your hair? Oh, because I bet that happens a lot. I can just see the
Right.
little girls jumping on the two
You know,
of you.
braiding our hair, coloring on us, right? Talking with us, jumping
Holding
with
our
us.
hands.
Holding your
Holding
hair.
our hands is the best thing
Asking
ever.
to try on the earrings. But then at the same time, as you're saying, sure, go ahead, or these are given to me from so-and-so, then it's, my mom has earrings like that. And then it's, and tell me about your mom. I haven't seen my mom in a long time. You know, so again, I've had those conversations when I used to teach, and those are just-in-time moments where it's like, I'm listening, I'm here. So Farron, does Schools Out Washington prepare them for this and monitor their successes?
They do offer, you know, through the professional learning. So this is one piece I love that we're having this conversation
Yeah.
because it's directly connected to how we prepared them to be able to go into the enrichment space, right? And Schools Out Washington, they bring in that expertise, they bring in that capacity building support to equip those who are working directly with young people. So just recently, both of these, all of our Seeds of Peace young people attend Summer Blast, which is
Ooh.
hosted by Schools Out Washington.
Yes.
They bring in facilitators, you're learning planning and reflection, you're learning how to incorporate youth voice, you're learning how to, you know, create what that program is gonna look like, but really making sure youth voice is centered around that. So Schools Out comes in and we build
Oh, I
the
love that.
ecosystem, the muscles,
Yeah.
right? Like we always
The
want to
infrastructure.
continuously, the infrastructure, we want to continuously improve our practice so we can serve our babies to the best of our ability.
And so now they can serve the other
and so
babies.
now they can serve the other babies, and they can also take that training and then now become youth trainers, right? And so we don't always see that in our ecosystem as adults. We know some things,
Yeah.
you know, but they know some things too,
Yes,
right?
they
And so
do.
how do we continue to build capacity for them? You know, Tina mentioned she's interested in youth development, early learning, that space there, and look at the skills she's building
Mm-hmm. Oh my
to be
gosh,
able to
yes.
now take that degree and really match it with her passion
Yes.
and get her feet wet in it, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah, Schools Outcomes, we it's like a coordinating agency, if you will. We wrap around the ecosystem, those who are supporting young people, system builders, policymakers. We like to stay in conversation around how are we showing up for our young people, even in advocacy too,
Absolutely.
as well. So yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, and so we have some photos. I think we have 7 photos
Okay.
of things that are going on in the Seeds of Peace. And Rhea, tell me what we're looking at right here.
That was me and one of my fellow teammates, Ava, and we were out and about getting an award. I don't remember what it was called for. Teamwork Foundation. Yeah.
Oh,
so
excellent.
It was really cool. We got to meet the mayor. So
And
yeah.
who is this?
That is Siri, and she's our
Program
coordinator. And
Okay.
so we were doing a training there, which
I
was
love
really
that.
cool.
Okay.
Seeds of Peace Travels. Do you want to talk a little bit
Yeah,
about
Mike, you
that?
want to talk about this?
Okay, so to the left is me, and to the right is Heaven, and she's also a core team member in Seeds of Peace. And this is when we were at a conference, and what was it called?
National Summer Learning Association.
Right, I never get it right, but yes, that.
All those acronyms.
Yes, we were at the conference where we got to see where all the youth work is happening, all the community leaders and all that. And I think shout out to Ms. Farron, right, because she mentioned an important topic of talking about youth and also bringing in the youth in the space, right? That's
Yes.
such important. So that was a nice highlight.
And what's happening here? Bunch of, we're covering our eyes, we're rubbing our eyes. This isn't, I bet you there's some very sacred talk going on right here.
Actually, yeah.
Something like that. And then outside fun.
Yes.
Yeah, every kid wants to go outside and hang out. And, oh, wow.
Advocacy work, right? So
Yes.
the Seeds of Peace really help partner with some of the work we're doing statewide with Schools Out Washington. We have a couple bills, you know, they didn't pass this year, but they didn't die.
That's
so we're going to
right.
keep fanning the flame.
That's right.
But we got a lot of momentum when young people started talking about,
I bet.
here's what youth development means to me.
Yeah.
So we're creating some strategy right now around how to really get our young people involved in advocacy. this next legislative
Absolutely.
session. So.
And will both of you go again to Bridge and learn more as you keep working your way up? Because you're at different places in your lives. You are going to be quickly graduating, and you are like next year, your junior year.
Right.
Boom, that's a big year for you. So when you think about the kids in this program, this is how we're going to end this interview. What's the one thing you want them to walk away with? Tina.
That there is a safe space for them, right? And that's I think that's what we're all here for, creating that safe space. And for me, I can't help but feel like it's a full cycle, right? I used to be that kid that felt I was in a safe space through parents. Rhea and I have known parents since we were in middle school, right? And we're still in a
Okay,
space.
so you want them to be safe. What would you add to that?
So that they can feel heard and
Perfect.
wanted.
There we go. Thank you both for being such great influences to our younger people, and thank you to you to continue to be the Wonder Woman that you are. All right?
Thank you.
Well, that wraps up another great segment of CityLine. It's always a pleasure and a privilege to be in your home. We've given you some great things to think about, so please go out there, be a part of the tapestry, and above all, pay it forward. And when you come back, as always, we'll be waiting for you right here at CityLine. Take care.
You're from the east, you're from Green Bay, you're from Atlanta, but Tacoma's where you'll stay. You're from the east, you're from Green Bay, you're from Atlanta, but Tacoma's where you'll stay. Yeah, Tacoma, that's my home, from the pines to the dawn. Tacoma, that's my home, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home. Tacoma, that's my home. Place I call my own. Tacoma, that's my home, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home. Alright, you're from the East Coast. Alright, you're from the West. Alright, you're from the middle, but Tacoma's still the best. Alright, you're from the East Coast. Alright, you're from the West. Alright, you're from the middle, but Tacoma's still the best. Hey, Tacoma, that's my home, from the pines to the dawn. Tacoma, that's my home, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home. Tacoma, that's my home, place I call my own. Tacoma, that's my home, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home. Tacoma, that's my home, from the pines to the dawn. Tacoma, that's my home, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home. Tacoma, that's my home, place I call